Did you know which was the first Pokemon with shiny lock in history? Well, I'll tell you that in 2004, Pokemon Colosseum had just come out. I remember as if it were yesterday. That time when a young promise of pop. Nay, we better don't talk about that. Pokemon Colosseum came out that year and brought us a really cool event in which you could get Celebi Purifying Shadow Pokemon. An event that is not temporary and can still be carried out today if you have a Game Boy Advance, of course. The only bad thing is that this Celebi came with what we know as shiny lock. This—
What?
Oh, Shackle, you scared me.
What is shiny lock?
It means the shiny is illegal.
Oh no!
Celebi is the first Pokemon with shiny lock in history, but only the one from Pokemon Colosseum. In the rest of the games, it can be obtained legally in shiny. So reading the origin of the Pokemon is very important. The same Pokemon can be legal in one game, but illegal in another. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to show you 40 Pokemon that are so illegal that it doesn't matter the date or place they were obtained. If you have one of these, prepare to receive US intelligence, the FBI, NASA, and basically you are a dead man. Masuda himself will come after you. Okay. That's not going to happen to you. But if you have an illegal Pokemon, they can ban your online game. They can ban your Nintendo account, or they can ban the entire console if you screw up. It is important that you know everything that is illegal, so that if for any reason something like this falls into your hands, you immediately throw it away. There are some people who feel cool having an illegal Pokemon. I really don't understand why. Outside of the masochism of being banned, for example, there are groups that brag about having a shiny Victini. Yes, it is the oldest shiny locker, I mean 2010, wow. But Game Freak has never distributed it, so it is illegal. However, in Pokemon Sword and Shield code, it is written that Victini is catchable, and that maybe it can appear in shiny. The problem is that no one has found it. No one knows where Victini is. It is a really rare case. It's been 5 years since the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield, and no one knows where it is. Note that Meloetta has a very rare method in the 9th generation. So yes, it could be that Victini has it too, and no one has found it. So we can say it's Victin illegal, just like Keldeo, which is also from 2010. But yes, we have found Keldeo in Pokemon Sword and Shield. We know the exact place where it appears, which is why we have been able to confirm that it maintains its shiny lock. In any case, I can confirm that I foresee its normal and legal version. Meloetta also had shiny lock until recently, but thanks to Lord Arceus, it has been distributed and it is now legal to have it in shiny. The other 5th generation mythics continue to maintain their shiny lock for more than 14 years. At least all except Genesect. It's something, I think. At least we got the Genes Illegal, the only mythical of the 5th generation that Game Freak doesn't hate.
But no.
It's not fair. It's shiny as even in a film. Why not Victini with how cute it is? Anyway, with the 6th generation, get ready, because more of the same. Hoopa Shiny is literally known as the Golden Shiny, both forms, but they are very illegal. Note that this Pokemon came out 11 years ago. Less than the previous one, but it is also a lot. From that same generation, we have Volcanion. What a surprise, it is also a Golden Shiny. And be careful, because we also have a Pokemon that is not mythical, but is one of the event Vivillon patterns, the Pokeball form. It was distributed 10 years ago, but it can't be shiny, and there are people who counterfeit it. So if you get one of these, I wouldn't open the door. In any case, this Pokemon can no longer be obtained in any way. If you see someone who does not have the home registration, it is very illegal. Let's go now with the next generation. We have Ash Greninja, who was given out for playing the Pokemon Sun and Moon demo. Pokemon that cannot appear in shiny and cannot be bred. In general, since it was promotional material for the anime, it is doubtful that they would think of bringing it in shiny, because the one in the series is not. There's only one of this Greninja, right? Its shiny only exists in one place, and that's the game code. It was scheduled for some reason, but I don't want to get your hopes up, because the code only means that—
What? Shackle, stop appearing like that. The shiny is real.
Yes, but it's—
It's illegal.
Then there is the case of Cosmog and Cosmom. While Solgaleo and Lunala have been available in shiny in 1,000 ways, for some reason it's pre-evolutions, no. And it doesn't really matter much, because the shiny only changes his cheek. In its evolution, it is more noticeable. But hey, it doesn't matter because it is illegal. Of course, for the love of Arceus, when they release it, don't evolve it. It would lose all its value. Oh, the 7th generation is non-stop. Here we also have Magarna, who has 2 forms, and each one with its own shiny, all illegal. And it's honestly a shame, because this shiny lock is incredible. Why? Why is everything good illegal? Finally, from this generation, we have Marshadow, which is a Pokemon that was also distributed for movie promotion and then disappeared. Nothing has been heard from him or his shiny again. Anyway, since he hasn't gotten to Scarlet and Purple, his illegal shiny hasn't been seen much lately. But it exists, and there are people who have it. People who don't seem to value their lives. The thing is, if you like Marshadow, I have bad news for you, and their shiny will surely no longer be distributed until the next generation, we now jump to Galar, where there really is not as much shiny lock left as before. Dogs are legal, Eternatus is legal, but be careful because the Kung Fu Panda is illegal, and that despite the fact that it has reached Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but it is still illegal, therefore its evolution is still illegal. But I'm not complaining, all that was left was for Urshifu to bust you as well, being shiny. For more humiliation please. Then in the same suit we have Calyrex and the Blessed Horse. The Blessed Horses that are two. Let's be honest, Spectrier's shiny is cool, although very illegal. Glastrier's is not directly noticeable, equally illegal, and Calyrex is a little more orange and, well, illegal. As these have also arrived Scarlet and Violet, it may or may not have been delivered relatively quickly. Game Freak decides, be very careful with this shiny Gigantamax Melmetal. The Pokemon itself may be shiny if it comes from Pokemon Go, but if it comes from the 2020 raid event, no, very illegal. The last Pokemon of this generation would be Zarude, another movie Pokemon that even has an alternative form with a scarf, and you have to be careful because both forms have been heavily hacked. Furthermore, it is a Pokemon that has reached Scarlet and Violet. It is in the current generation and its shiny is completely illegal. In Legends Arceus, who is also part of the 8th generation, Inamoros is the only Pokemon that still has shiny lock. Before, the origin forms of Palkia and Dialga were also the same, but with Pokemon Home that is over. Be very careful because we now enter with Scarlet and Violet, which are the most dangerous games and where you will currently find the most illegalities. And it's complicated because, for example, Gimmighoul chased form is illegal found on the map, but it is legal if it comes from raid. On the other hand, Gimmighoul in walking form is always illegal shiny. Blood Moon Ursaluna is an event Pokemon from the first DLC, and although it has a bug which causes it to be registered as shiny in your Pokedex, if you have a normal Ursaluna, its shiny is completely illegal because it does not evolve from Ursaring. It is a unique Pokemon that you can only catch once and that's it. Like all the paradoxes inspired by legendaries that do not appear in the wild and are practically event Pokemon, they all have shiny lock and are therefore very illegal in their shiny version. Other than that, absolutely every legendary, and I mean every legendary, including the ones from previous games that can be caught, have shiny lock and are very illegal. Although all of these Pokemon are illegal and practically give you a guaranteed ban for having them in your account, it is most likely that between this year and next, most of them will be officially released. Be careful, that does not mean that if you have obtained them illegally, then they are magically legal. The origin and other data of the Pokemon will always affect that. My recommendation for the sake of your account is first, of course, that you do not have illegal ones, and second, as sometimes it is not so easy to know if a Pokemon is legal, and sometimes the illegality is so extremely hidden where you least expect it. Like this Incineroar that comes with the Lugia Ball and has the Alola brand at the same time, which is very illegal. Stay tuned to the channel to learn how to differentiate them.
What I do? No, not again, Sakel.